Alright, that should be everything working and doing as intended. Let's get this wee bash. Hello, what's happening? Hopefully this is working. Hopefully we've got a feed. Hope yous are well. I'm just trying to sort some things out on my end while we do some things. How yous doing? No, nice to see yous. A couple of people in the early doors. We'd love to see how you doing, Rob. Nice to see you. Likewise with you, Rob. How yous all doing? Hope you had a nice day yesterday. Likewise, man. Likewise. I hope everyone had a really good Christmas Boxing Day. It's a pretty interesting time of things yesterday, I'll be honest with you. It wasn't exactly what I'd call a great day, but it was a day nonetheless. That's what I will say. I ain't got no complaints about it. I'm just trying to find like a decent feed, but I'm not really getting too much here. So just bear with me while I sort out all the basics here. It's not going to take too much more, I wouldn't imagine. I hope yous are all day and dandy. I hope yous have got all the stuff that you would have wanted. I mean, I think all we want today is 3 points ideally, right? I mean, let's be honest. We should kind of get an easy bounce back. We didn't do particularly good against St Mirren, so that's kind of how I'm thinking. I'm like, realistically, we should be able to put in a relatively decent shift against these cons, but there's always a potential that we kind of mess up. You know, it's within us to kind of do it sometimes, which is a little bit of an annoyance. Try to sort out all this stuff that I can here. How you doing, Simon? Nice to see you, Phil. Hope you're doing class. Sorry this is taking a bit of time, lads. I'm just trying to sort this all out. Yeah, can I like change that? Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm asking. Symbol and pure. It's just because all the feeds that I'm getting right now are either very, very delayed or just really bad. Hopefully this one's a little less miserable. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very, very good one. I think anyway, you know what I mean? I should have done all this before I went live, admittedly. You're at the game, Joseph. We'll love to see it. My best mate's at that game as well, so hopefully you see him out there. I think Flash is out there too. So we've got a couple of moderators and a couple of my mates out at that game, so vibes where it's due, I suppose. That's quite nice. But yeah, I mean, I just hope you all. Aye, I mean, that's a good way to summarise it, Rap. Christmas really just was a pain in the ass. I spent way more than I got like 20 quid. That was it. But nonetheless, I didn't really want to fuss about it. I mean, I got to spend it with my family, and that was good enough. Got myself a decent Christmas dinner out of it. More than happy with that, you know what I mean? That's the way that I look at it. Everyone that I got gifts for were happy with theirs, so I ain't too fussed in the slightest. I would say it's a win. Likewise with you, Michael. Likewise with you, fella. Hope you're all doing dandy anyway. I'm just kind of making sure that everything's working as intended. I've got a decent enough feed here, hopefully it holds and does what's necessary, but nonetheless I should probably give you a little rundown of the teams because as someone's pointed out, Yang has been selected again, which is a bit of a surprise, but for those that haven't seen it, this is the way that Celtic have lined up for today. There are a couple of changes, a few of them are respectable. We've obviously taken Welsh out the team. Carter Vickers is back in to play alongside Scales. Taylor and Ralston hold their spots respectively, but Angels comes in for Rio. Bernardo starts on the other side of him as I should have said McCowan comes out for Angels, I should say, but Yang holds his spot, which is a bit of a surprise. Ida gets the nod because Kyogo just really wasn't at the races in the last match, and Maeda gets his nod. So I think it's a good enough side. It's pretty much what we would expect. I mean, Motherwell's lineup is very weird. You've got to admire the way that they shape up because it looks like a fucked up McDonald's logo, but I mean, it's a decent enough team. They have a couple of players in there that can cause problems, like we all know, you know, good old Lennon Miller. We've kind of had ties with him over the last few weeks or so we know that he is capable of causing a surprise or two. But I think Balmer's one that people overlook, as well as Dan Casey at the right back, or right centre back, I should say, kind of position. But they do have a couple of players. A few new faces as well. I don't want to try and butcher any names. I think the other one's obviously Coletta, but the one that's striker. I don't want to take the gamble and try and pronounce that heavily wrong. But I think it's like +1 ice or something like that. I'd take a gamble and say something along those lines. But they got Sparrow and Coletta playing off either side. Coletta's one that does damage, especially with his quick counter-attacks, and again with the midfield that they have with, you know, Payton and Wilson, especially Wilson. You can get in behind, causing problems. It's definitely something to keep an eye on. And obviously Oxford has been relatively decent for them. Not the greatest goalkeeper for them this season in terms of keeping shots out, but when he has played good, he's been noticeable. But Celtic's lineup is pretty much what you would expect. Obviously changing out Kyogo made sense for the fact, obviously, it was just not that good against St Mirren. And then Gilles coming in just to give a bit more technical prowess to the midfield and make sure that we kind of control that at all points today, because again, like I said, they're very much playing to control the midfield with a kind of flat back five that they got with Lennon Miller kind of anchored in behind them. So it's definitely open to interpretation how this game would go, but Celtic are at home. We have been very good at home this season, and again, statistically, we are in good form, right? We've only made one little mistake, one little blip, and it wasn't even because we were that bad, it was just because we couldn't fucking finish. So you have to take that with a grain of salt, but with a very good goal difference, we just need to keep our winning streak alive, and that's pretty much the simple little brass tacks of it, so to speak. But I hope you are all enjoying yourselves and got yourselves a wee cup of tea or something, because we kick off in about 3 or 4 minutes, give or take. So if you want to get yourself a wee, you know, snack or something before you kick off, there's your ample warning time to do so. We'll read out the lineups properly in about a minute or so, but for now you get a little look at the table and stuff like that, so you can get a rundown of how things going. I don't know why it said that game ended 1 each. It didn't. I just literally watched that game before we kicked off, but Hibs beat Hearts 2-1, and it was a damn fine game as well. Gale's finish was very nice, I have to add. But yeah, I mean, obviously, for the most part, you have to feel for Hearts just a tiny wee bit, because they just ain't getting away with it whatsoever. But Hibs are actually slowly making their way back up the table. They're technically above Dundee now, I think. So, good for them, honestly. It was a very good result, honestly, Harry. They deserved it. I mean, I wouldn't say they played better than Hearts. I would be very, like, it was a very mixed bag. 2 own goals. The first one was hilarious, the second one was even worse. But, I mean, the Gale finish was nice, so it kind of balanced them both out, you know what I mean? Kind of have to give them the silver lining for that. As well as that, City drew with fucking Everton. That was a weird one to see. Honestly, I was keeping tabs on that on the side, and I'm like, there is no way that, like, Man City fucked this right. Surely they get something against Everton. No, they were horrible at finishing, man. It was like watching Celtic in prime time. But I'm keeping an eye out for my pal and stuff like that, because, I mean, his dad and that works security and stuff, so he's always up at that little bit right beside the kind of, like, the young boys across to the Green Brigade. Obviously keep an eye out for Flash in there as well. I know exactly where that boy is standing. I've been offered to go to the game at the weekend, the one against St Johnstone, which is quite interesting. And obviously I'm going to the game next month on the 22nd with Flash, which is obviously the Champions League match, which could make or break our season. Yes, I knew that game would come in crucial clutch at some point, so I guess there we go. He's doing. Nice to see a random guy that typed in a number there. We'd love to see it. 1. Fantastic result for Hibs. Aye, honestly, I would say so. It's fully deserved, fully merited, but I mean, they're not the team in green and white we should be focusing on. The one that we should be focusing on are obviously the boys that have done the job for us, and a good enough job of it so far. But okay, that little mistake against St Mirren wasn't great, but nonetheless, I don't think it's anything that's going to be particularly too travestal. I think we should be okay. Realistically, we'll bounce back today, get a decent result. I'm not saying that it's going to be like a side swiper and we're going to absolutely canter through them. Not by any means do I think that's going to be the case. I think this is going to be a straightforward kind of 2-0, 3-0 type win, because obviously Celtic will have to bounce back after the last performance, because it wasn't particularly the best. We'll just start with Yang again. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's not the call that I was expecting. I was expecting Palmer to start, and maybe, you know, you could have played either choice, I guess, of like Kuhn or whatever else on that right hand side, but no, it's Yang that's going to start. And I don't know if it would be his last game. I think that'd be a bit harsh to say. You know, we'd like to kind of have a bit of faith and say that he could be relatively decent this game. I mean, I can see why it would be useful. The crossing game might be definitely a route we can go with for sure. But the thing is, with the way that kind of Motherwell have lined themselves up as well, it's going to be about how they like intrinsically pass themselves, right? We can do all the right things, but it's more or less how they try and use their midfield. I would say the midfields are going to be very, very crucial in this one, especially with the way that we've set up, because again, it's normal for the most part. Every other part of it fundamentally works. I can't really complain about it whatsoever, but nonetheless, you know what I mean. Who else do we have for the right? Not. I mean, on the bench, I don't think we really took any particularly great options, right? I mean, if we take a wee gamble, yeah. But I mean, the only option is that we bring Kuhn on, which I mean, honestly, that's why I was surprised they didn't start, because I seen him on the team sheets and I was like, oh yeah, surely he's not bench. He's a bench boy for today, which is quite interesting. But nonetheless, I'm just trying to get like this. Of course, I love it. My feed freezes like the second that it fucking we go to kick off. That is fabulous. I love to see it. Thank you very much. Just get that one up in the background now. Might be slightly more delayed, but it's better than nothing. Oh man, do you think we'll sign a striker in the transfer window? I think it will depend on who we park our first, right? Like if we clear up a lot of space, then yeah, for sure I see us maybe bringing in somebody, but it would depend, honestly. I think if we obviously got rid of Kyogo or something, then maybe, but I don't think there's necessarily too much of a reason or right. But we'll read out the lineups right before we kick off. I mean, we're literally about to get going on the screen. Motherwell are about to kick the ball. But for Celtic in between the sticks, it's Schmeichel, Ralston and Taylor are our full-back. Scales and Carter Vickers are centre-back pairing. It's in Giles, McGregor and Bernardo as our midfield three should be able to do the job as the ball gets flung right over the top of there, and we'll be underway relatively soon. We'll give us a wee refresh and it should give you the 5-minute score as well. But Yang, Ida and Maeda are the front three, and of course for Motherwell their lineups as follows: as Oxborough, Blaney, Balmer and Casey is their kind of back line, so to speak, with Sparrow and Coletta playing as our false mid, so to speak, as well. Miller, Payton and Wilson are the midfield three, with again, don't want to take too many risks as we try to pronounce his name, but I think it's Mass when you say if it's not, then my bad. And obviously Watt's starting up there as well. We'll go back onto these stats, give us a wee refresh and we should be fine. There we go, we got a live field. There we are, fantastic. You got a live score. We'll be bringing a striker. I mean, it would be nice if we could, ideally, but you know, it's always up to interpretation with these types of things. Referee's already trying to have words with Ida, which is interesting. I mean, to be fair, the Motherwell player did just send the ball right into the back of his head, so I suppose that's valid, but we'll just have to keep tabs on how this game starts. Ida's engaging a slight press on the keeper, but sent as far forward as possible. Carter Vickers will have to win the first knock on. Simple enough, and McGregor should just keep that one under control and does. That's good stuff for the big man, we love to see it. How you doing, Jim? Nice to see you, man. Likewise with you, James, hope you're good. Thinking 3-1, I mean, it's pretty damn respectable. I'm in the same type of boat, I'll be honest with you. I think it's going to be like a 2-0, 3-0 type of scoreline. I think we've got a good enough back line to keep a clean sheet, but more importantly, a very good physical front line that can cause some problems. I think that's why Angel started over like McCowan or Rio, to be honest. Just so we can have more physical bodies that can get into the box and kind of force the issue a little bit more. I'm just going to turn that music down a wee bit more, just so it's a little less irritating for you. 3-1, you're thinking something. That's a respectable one, I'd say. We're all in the same type of ballpark, though. It's not going to be a blowout victory. We know Motherwell are a very good side on their day. It's just you know, how defensive do we get them? That's a decent break into the box. Doesn't exactly land Ida's way, though. Sent forward, and it's just going to be a chase down. Motherwell will try their best to force the issue. It's a good kind of chase back, actually, in fairness for Carter. Gets the ball, Scales returns it to Schmeichel, and we'll send it forward again. 3-0, I like it. Very decent one, I'd say, to be honest with you. You use this game to get rid of the end of the year. Aye, just get rid of the fucking little nerves that happen. We know November and December are months we're not particularly great. Thank you for becoming a member again. I appreciate that very much, Kevin, sorry. Absolute bliss, thank you very much. Let's get the win today. That would be fucking absolute bliss, man. Appreciate you becoming a member again, mate. That's very kind of you. How you doing, Gene? Nice to see you, love. I'm doing alright. A little tired, a little bit under the weather still, but nonetheless, kicking for the Celtic as we usually do. Maeda tried his best there, didn't necessarily work out for him, but I respect it. He tried. Well, still got the legs. It's not Tony Watt, I want to clarify this. I mean, honestly, it could be. It's hard to tell, to be honest. I've not had like a close-up of their strikers whatsoever because it's not came into them. But then again, we call him Tony Watt. His name's Anthony, so I suppose there is that. But I don't think we'll be seeing much of Motherwell strikers, regardless. The furthest we'll see them is most likely Sparrow and Coletta. Like I said, the wings are going to be a very big kind of aspect to their play, I would say. It's good for Ida. Carter Vickers just receives it back. McGregor's not going to take too many risks with that. A few pass arounds, comfortable enough. Scales. I like the step in. The intent was there and I like that very much. Wasn't perfectly executed, but we've got ourselves into the final third with most of the bodies pinned in there. Scales. Right move again. Lovely ball in for Taylor. Maeda gets the ball into the box, spins around. Bernardo doesn't necessarily set his feet up right, it just kind of bobbles up and off him. Yang's pass isn't exactly the greatest either, and Motherwell try their best to break. Brilliant challenge again for Taylor. Liking him in the early stages of this game. A perfect pass and a perfect time challenge. And Motherwell are still trying to hustle them even though it's a foul. Don't think Coletta was aware of it. Tried to kind of bundle over the back of Taylor there. It was a foul on McGregor, 100%. I'll say that for free. Good pass back to the skipper, cut inside, 1-2. Between the midfielders, just doing their best to hold it up. Lovely pass into space again. We're finding the finer passes a lot easier in the early stages of this, which is always nice to see. Good for McGregor. Ball in was a bit more risky, didn't work out, cut out quite calmly by Balmer, but good work for the Steelmen's defence. They kind of seen that one coming very early. Don't understand risking Carter Vickers with the derby whilst Sturmwell during the last match. Should have been kept in the park. I think it was more just for the actual sense of having them rotate for the sake of fitness anyway, mate. Like, realistically, Carter Vickers will get about 50-60 minutes and then we'll probably bring him off and give probably Welsh some minutes anyway. That's why he's on the bench most likely. Just so we have that option now. It's good for Maeda. Cam, McGregor has it from the edge of the box. Good taking touch. Vieira does well to hold it up, big man. Good stuff. Played out in the space again. Taylor's going to try his best to get a whip cross in, but it takes a very fortunate deflection in Motherwell's favour. And I think it was Wilson that got it clear there. It wasn't the greatest touch for Scales, and Motherwell by themselves a throw in from it just behind the halfway line. Respectable approach for them so far. Can't say they've done anything too wrong. I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge it when we've only played about 6.5 minutes of football, but nonetheless, in the early stages of it, you can't say it's been too bad. Casey's just going to throw it back quickly, try his best to find any open angles. Ball's popped over and there's a slight chase down, but I think Celtic are more than happy to just let that bounce out for a quick throw in themselves. They'll repeat the process, but on the other side. Clever pass for Carter Vickers. It gives McGregor a lot of roaming space, and tell you what, Ralston's touch wasn't the greatest there, but the second pass was fucking beautiful. Young's doing his best to keep the ball going, still has it, and apparently that's a foul. I'm not sure if he made contact or not, but what's going down? Oh, it is fucking Tony Watt. Nonetheless. I can't really say what Young did wrong. Watt just kind of tried to get in the way and then fell over his own feet almost, I would say. Young just stood his ground, and apparently that's a foul offence. I suppose that's fair. Then Motherwell will just take that foul and pop it straight over to our side to give us a throw in. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Very cool. Good pass actually from the back. Taylor has it. Cuts it inside. Lovely stuff, man. Lovely stuff indeed. I'm liking Taylor's approach play in the opening 10 minutes of this game so far. I mean, it's not been 10 minutes, ain't even close. We're about 7.5 minutes in, but you know what I mean. That's a lovely attempted pass for Taylor, but I don't think Maeda was going to really turn the engines on that early. Right idea, but very poor execution. Need to stop giving them hype the second I say they're alright. They immediately fail. I don't like that. We moved up. Could be way worse. That one's going to be sent flying by Oxborough. It's going to be headed down by Scales, comfortably headed on by Yang, but straight into the just about the possession of Balmer. It's a good steal for Ralston though. Brilliant time challenge, and now there's a bit of a break on. Paolo opts to funnel it out for Ralston. Good layoff. Oh, the back heel pass was absolutely lovely. Ralston gets into the box, chance for us, gets taken down there. Bobble up, and apparently it's a goal kick for Motherwell. Must have taken an extra nick off the inside of Ralston just as that kind of came through, but the back heel pass in behind was absolutely stunning. To be fair, yeah, it does come back after Alston's boot. It was a good call for the referee. And then it comes up off his hand as well. You see it back in slow motion. There's about 3 or 4 different instances where that came off of Alston's body, so fair enough. Can't argue with that one. Oxborough's going to send it high. It's a decent turnout, to be honest with you, for like a, you know, Boxing Day type of game. It's not a full capacity crowd. I think that was kind of a given, you know. But I'd say it's a solid 80 to 90%. Definitely not a bad turnout whatsoever. Good play inside. That's decent for McGregor. Just plays it safe, cuts it back. Carter Vickers receives it, rolls it out for Scales. Next counter attack is on and building up. Come on, boys. Right idea, but the touch for Taylor wasn't the best. It does allow a Celtic press to happen, and it's almost like a 4v4 inside the box, and Motherwell just about get it clear. Don Casey was too happy with the fact they had to deal with that one, but he does indeed just about get it done with McGregor. His fellow Scotsman switched back to him. The skipper lays it off to the other Scotsman in Ralston, sent forward. Yang up against his man, does well to get past them in the first attempt, but just gets bundled over way too easily the second time. You need to get on your feet and fucking try and fight physically. Yang, that is piss poor, son. I get that he put his shoulder on you, you look for the foul, I get that, but you were doing the exact fucking same thing, and because you missed, you let your body, like, that's poor. I'll give a shit if that's a Celtic player or not, man. You don't do that. That's just... Get up off your feet, dust yourself off and go again, son. Could be worse. Just retrieving my roll up. I forgot to grab it before the stream started. I had to do this very last second. Because usually I make my thumbnails and stuff the day before, but the day before obviously being Christmas, I had bigger priorities. Oh, Motherwell have gone into the box. They've gone down there. That might be a shout. I'm not too sure. Apparently the referee's saying it's a dive. He doesn't look too happy with it, and I'll tell you, I'll need to see the replay back because it's very hard to tell. Hold on a second. Oh, that is a dive. Right, okay, no, but that's fine. I thought like Yang had like immediately fucked up and decked him. He does make contact, but he like waits till he's in the box, and then that's when he said just... That's the deck. They might have a check. I'm not honestly too sure, but it seemed... Yeah, very, very fucking theatrical, and that's putting it nicely. God damn. Literally hits the arms up in the air and everything. Oh, that's textbook. Must have had lessons for the Neymar Jr. himself. I mean, there was definitely contact outside the box, but he gets inside the box and then flops. Definitely a yellow card for diving, 100%. Jesus. That's a great ball. Hold on a second. Celtic might have a chance of their own to just immediately counter it. Great touch for Ida again. The running from Bernardo has been fantastic in the early stages of this one as well, I might add. Some of these little intricate touches are absolutely bliss. Well, did you just get anything interesting or cool for Christmas? Any gifts that you've been wanting for the whole year that managed to pop up under the Christmas tree for you? Oh, good touch actually. Motherwell might be on a break. Brilliant touch again. Hold on a second. They might have a chance. Played out towards Sparrow. Good touch inside, although that's a little bit confusing, I'll be honest with you. Why the hell would you go backwards there? Motherwell make themselves a little bit foolish with that decision, I'll be honest. I like it, the idea is that presses on, doesn't necessarily get executed. Celtic are doing their best here, but doesn't look too particularly dandy. That's a good switch back actually. It was a decent attempt. I like that for Motherwell actually. They switched it over to the right and then tried to cut it in, but didn't execute it as well as he would have liked. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. Yeah, I was going to say, we'll probably have a lot more people in if I was on a recommended page on Google, to be fair, virtual, but it's nice to see you, fella. Hope you're alright, man. Jesus Christ. Did you have a rough Christmas, I'm guessing, or something? Or did you just get in that late? Oh, what a touch for Ida again. Good stuff, big man. Ralston. Into the box, dangerous, should be something, but doesn't necessarily work out that. Thank you, lungs. Very cool. How you doing, James? Nice to see you, man. Drink your Xmas, all good stuff, my guy. I mean, it has happened once or twice before, in fairness. I'm not going to sit there and pretend otherwise. I think with the Hearts game a few months ago it happened. That's decent, McGregor. Shot is awkward, I tell you what, by the way. I'm not too sure if it was a cross or a shot. But Paolo kind of whipped it in towards the back of the post, and it could have been a threat. Genuinely could have. That's exactly it, Virtual. Spot on, my guy. I mean, this is a perfect time to have a fucking cough. In fact, like, literally took meds and all that shit before the stream to make sure this doesn't happen. Body is failing me and then some. Don't know why you're showing me Yang. He was not involved in that whatsoever. Lennon Miller's having words with the referee about something. I don't know, really good for Hibs, genuinely. Try to claim handball. Oh, to be fair, he does throw his arm up, but I don't think it touches it, I'll be fully honest. Right after they have a penalty shout, we have a penalty shout, although ours have a... It has a bit more substance to it, because he, for some reason, throws his arm up. It's just a case of if there's contact or not. Hard to tell in normal time. This angle will give you a much better idea, actually. I mean, it does come off his arm, but it doesn't like change the direction of the ball. Like it's going to be a case of if that's deemed unnatural, and it does look unnatural, but it'd be one of those ones that's... I ain't honestly too sure. I've seen them given 100%. I think that's why they're taking a bit of time, but I think they've waved play on. Balmer might have gotten away with one there. Yeah, it doesn't take too much of a bounce off his arm. It like grazes it at best. So honestly, yeah, I think that's probably the right call. It's good that they took a bit of time to check it, but no VAR. They decided not to go to VAR for that one, which is... Or at least the referee's not going over to the monitor. I think he spoke to the lads in the VAR room. Interesting. Well, there you go. That's two very interesting box-to-box decisions. One took about 3 seconds to resolve because it was very obvious. That one took a wee bit more, but nonetheless. I know, by the way, that was hilarious watching. I was thinking that to myself when I was watching it on the side. I'm like, there ain't no fucking way they've actually managed to bottle this. They do indeed manage to bottle it. Fair play to Everton though. Imagine they dig out a points better than nothing. Or than watch the Fury Usyk fight. Oh, there you go. That's the reason I didn't watch the fight at all. I mean, as soon as I seen it was being held in fucking Saudi Arabia, you're just like, well, there you go, it's a show match for money. Surprise, surprise. That's exactly how it fucking played out. Yeah, I respect that for Yang. He tried his heart out there. I give him credit where it's due. Didn't work out for him though. It's good for McGregor, I like that. I like that a lot. Keeps on the ground and keeps it moving comfortably enough. No pressure on it though. Don't mind the way we're playing so far, but we do need to kind of tighten up a little bit, especially in the midfield because we're very expansive. That's a good ball out towards space. Hold on. I say that we may actually have a chance as soon as I speak. Hold on. Ball's played into those open areas. Good passing. Doesn't necessarily pick the right choice. Still have it. Good pass back. Bernardo's just kind of loitering around the midfield with it. He ain't trying to do too much. I suppose is more than fair. Doesn't want to take any major risks. I like that. I like that a lot. But we're just giving Motherwell a bit more extra time to set themselves and defend, which again, like, you don't mind it to some extent, right? It's fine to some margin of error, but again, it just seems like we're watching the same kind of thing against St Mirren, where it was rinse and repeat, get it down the wings, get it down the wings, get it down the wings, and then we don't really do anything with said ball. Like, we need to start trying to actually kind of whip it in with a bit more pace and power. Do it all day in the first 5 minutes. Like, fire it into either, let him work with the ball, see what he can do. Because he did genuinely have a solid attempt there. It's a goal kick for now though. Motherwell just got to punt it up. And apparently that's a knock-on foul for them as well. I suppose that makes sense. I ain't going to argue with it too much. Scales did kind of bundle over the back of him. Appreciate it very much, Robert. That's very kind of you. I should actually check to see if we gained any subscribers. I forget I didn't open that one, did I? So, we haven't gained any so far. But we have got 1525, which is always very nice. So thank you for that. Very cool. If we can gain like 2 or 3 today, that'd be ideal. As long as we see some growth, it gives us valuable reason to keep this going. That's why we have that sub goal set for 2,000 by the end of this season. Motherwell going to send it high towards the back stick anyway, looking for any routes in. Takes a pop around, doesn't necessarily find anyone, and that's a great pass for Young actually. Maeda's on the break. Then just decides to not do really anything with it. That was very fucking lazy, and that's been kind about it, Maeda, mate. What the hell was that? But we have got the ball back. Schmeichel spreads the play. Ralston's got it, cuts back on his man. Sent across, and now there's a bit of a run down that side. Good for Maeda. Cut into space. McGregor from range does have a half crack, takes a big deflection, and Maeda doesn't necessarily get the spin back off the ball. It's a good save for Oxborough, and it's still very much in dangerous territory for Celtic. Played back in towards that left wing space. Good for Tate. Oh, that's lovely. Ball into the box is dangerous. Flick on header is nowhere near as dangerous. Could have been something there, but doesn't necessarily execute brilliantly. Yeah, to be fair, that's unlucky. I'm just going to fucking do this because you're actually pissing me off now. Bit of it. Sense. Sorry, it just froze there, so I can't really tell what the fuck's going on. Got to love it. Got to absolutely love it when all your main sources get fucking depleted because of American people. Played into space. There we go. There's something. Potential Blake down that side, but Maeda's keeps holding up. I don't know if he's trying to like stay in line with Yang so that our wings are like funneled and we're not breaking into space, but for some fucking reason we keep doing the same two things, and it's starting to get a little bit frustrating now. Fucking respectfully, lads, like that was a simple pass in behind in a game. We're just not taking the easy choices. We're trying to be too fucking technical for some reason. I'm just not getting any feed whatsoever. Fantastic. Yes, we've been black screened. I have the one that's about 30 seconds delayed, so I suppose that's cool, but why the fuck do you have to do this now? Like, this is exactly why I hate this shit. Oh, surprise, surprise. That's it. There we go. That's such a chance. Hold on a second. Hold on. Taylor. Get any fucking space on. There we go. McGregor. Break. Gels has it, he's just going to hold it up for now, looking for any open options, rolls it back to Ralston. For fuck's sake, man. Man, even when I'm all getting some visuals, it's not as if we're seeing anything different, lads. Like, this is St Mirren again. Like, can we fucking move the ball with a bit more point and purpose? Like, we're getting into the final third and then we're just going, right, we've done enough now, let's pass backwards. Like, lads, it's not an optional thing to be decent at the league, you just fucking go at them. It's not hard. I'm switching between them to try and get a hold of actual decent feeds, seeing what one's the best, but I tell you right now, they're all fucking awful. So I'm saying, like, I did all this shit before the stream, not a single issue, not a single problem whatsoever. Second I go live, I'm about to take this thing and fuck it off a wall. Just call it a day. So I knew this shit was going to happen. Fantastic. I'm getting like 10 seconds of blissful football and then it's like, yeah, okay, fuck you, that's all you're getting. Yeah, okay, fantastic, cool. We'll just use the live transcripts on the back. Can't see any visuals until I fucking get something up, so fantastic. I'll need to use an illegal streaming site because my main fucking thing, my fast, it just ain't working. Great. Fantastic, cool, very nice. This is why people commit illicit crimes on the internet, because of shit like this, man. You pay fucking money and this is what you get. That's why people take shit for free nowadays. Fantastic. Give me a second. Just my entire thing's froze. Well, I reset it and then it loads. Shows me about 2 seconds of fucking gameplay and then crashes instantaneously. Fantastic. I've seen the same 3 seconds of Ralston going to take a pass in behind. It's more than happy to show me the fucking still images here though. Scummy cunts, man. Fantastic. Ah, there we go. Something. Yeah, fuck this. I'm just gonna go, like, lads, throw me some random sites, for the love of Christ. I can't be fucking arsed anymore. Like, genuinely, cannot be arsed anymore. I'm just like, I'm taking the fire stick out. Piece of shit, man. Fuck off over there. Cunty a fucking thing, man. Word to the wise, never buy one of those. Absolute fucking stupid. Was that one, Robert? I'll take that one, fair enough. Sorry about this, lads. Little break in the play so I can try and figure out this shit. Aye, 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 man. This definitely just does not seem like a particularly fantastic site for many different reasons. But nonetheless, I suppose. Nah, fuck this. I'm giving my fire stick one more try. I'm sorry, that quality is just god awful. We'll use this one. And that's decent enough. Yeah, decent enough. That will do. But that's like, it's not a secure site, lad. No fucking disrespect to anything, but that's a thing that lifts your fucking details. If you're using that site, you've probably got about 15 different fucking scammers to hack you immediately. So I'll take my chances with the dodgy fucking fire stick, man, because at least that way I don't get hacked. There we go, that's a good break chance. Hold on a second, Ida's on the move here. Hold on a fucking second. Please tell me I get to actually witness this right at the right time. My Ada, please, son. Oh, you're kidding? How the fuck have you missed that, you stupid cunt? Why are you allergic to finishing? That's when it decides to come back on. Thanks God, real fucking cool, bro. Just so I get to witness this miss another fucking sitter. Brilliant, man. That is ridiculous. That's me being nice about it as possible, by the way. How the fuck does that happen? Not only is a stream going to absolute shit, but... Oh my god, no, this one's fucking... Oh yeah, genuinely, like... Yeah. I might be taking a break. See, after this game, I might genuinely be taking a break for a while. Because I ain't doing this. I'm sorry, I'm not sitting and watching this over and over again. How do you fucking miss that? Seriously. Like, no offence, my head, I love you to death, mate, but it seems you only score bangers. If you put him fucking 2 yards in front of the net with a point blank fucking chance, he will miss. Every time. is almost commendable, but at the same time, fuck yourself. How do you mess it up that bad? They're obviously checking them because there's a wee bit of a collision there, but that ball in for Ida was pure. I don't get how you miss that, lad. I'm sorry, like, that's me being as respectful as I can. There is no fucking way he misses that. But he did, somehow. Oxborough's going to get the ball back. I think we've got, like, one that's relatively fine. It's taken a goddamn while. It's taken a hot minute, but we got it there. You're watching on Celtic TV with the Chinese better. But usually I do, but that expired for me last month, and I can't justify paying about fucking 20 quid a month for. I mean, this is the thing with like Fire Sticks. I only use them when I have to. Like most games are on like things that you have access to that are easy enough, like Sky and things like that one. But for some reason today, it's like my software just ain't happening. Because I usually run it through this into my laptop, so I can actually, you know, like I can have the volume through here without it going through the TV and annoying news, essentially. So the system is weird, the way that I got this working, but nonetheless, so if you can, always legally pay to watch the games. Or you just go with them, I suppose. Which is what might be happening for me against St Johnstone. One of my friends offered me a game out there, so that might be an idea. The referee's stopped it again. Just having words and stuff. I mean, all the bench players are out and everything. Something's gone down. Bernardo's having words with the referee as well. You know it's serious when the benches have cleared, so either something's happening or they're protesting the check. Hey then, Brian, nice to see you, mate. You've came in right after right after a couple of technical issues, let's put it nicely. I know we probably would have lost a few people for that, I'll be honest with you right now, but Casey's now having words. The police are good there for some reason. Why are they showing pictures of them? This is an interesting thing. Celtic TV showing a game of the UK and Ireland customers a fucking miracle because they usually pander to international fan bases, even though fans in the country of origin can't watch. Trust me, I know. It's really irritating for like, especially like blackout games, because the literal only way I can watch them is through like a VPN, which is what I usually use. Because there is no other way. Like, you can't, you know what I mean? Like, even if you're just trying to watch the game casually, you cannot. Like, if you're in the UK, there's just some games you can't watch full stop, but, you know, when it's like your hobby to kind of try and cover most, if not every game, you have to do shit like this. It's always fun. This one ain't so bad. I just decided to fucking thingy my Celtic TV thing, and it's fine now. Like, I ain't complaining in the slightest. Oh shit, Motherwell are on a break chance though. They could have had something happen there, but Celtic have won the ball back. Come on, boys, do a little bit of counter-attack and a little bit of football would be nice. We've gone a bit of time without a goal now, considering the amount of fucking chances we've had. Getting a bit stupid. McGregor. Good for my Maeda, lays it off. Lovely work. Taylor has been fantastic this half again, by the way. It seems that whenever the team plays mid, he plays great. It's very confusing. Rolled back in, McGregor pops it off. Nice, Scales. Don't not go into the box with that. Thank fuck for that, big man. You're starting to learn. Maeda. Rolled out for the skipper again. Might just look for the cut across. Does look for the cut across. Brilliant touch and lay-off by Ida. McGregor's got it. Lays it off for Yang. First touch is good. Second one is fucking woeful and it's out for a goddamn goal kick. Why is he on the pitch? I will never know. He should honestly never have been on the pitch to begin with. It should have been Palmer. Or Kuhn. Like, why isn't Kuhn playing in a match that we realistically should need 3 points for? Like, yeah, do that against St Johnston, that's fine, that's cool, that's dandy, but that's just poor. Like, I'm sorry, man. Like, that first touch was nice to an extent. Like, you can see that he was trying to use his pace, but just didn't use his pace. Didn't get there in time, and it was just out of play. Good knockdown win, Maeda. Yes, he's got time. He's running. He's using his engine. Here we go. And then he holds himself up and puts himself in a 2v1 for no fucking reason whatsoever. That confuses me, but nonetheless. Everything that can go wrong is going wrong, honest to God. Got my lungs failing me, my laptop's failing me. Life is good, man. This year has to end, because holy shit am I fed up of it. Playing into space, here's Carter, come on son. Ralston to Angels, good touch for Angels, I like that. Ball into the box is good. Yanks touches decent the layoff, and Ida decides to do that. Why the fuck are you paid money to do that shit, cunt? What are you doing, my guy? Only valid reaction there is to just walk off the pitch and retire for the game. You are a striker, lad. Your entire antithesis, your whole point of existence is to take shots like that and make them fucking dangerous. Huh. That's horrifying. I'm sorry. I should have done it a lot better than that's being very, very kind about it. Tried a few times to watch Celtic games, but for some reason you can't get them in Germany. Genuinely, yeah. Like, it's almost impossible to watch every single game. Like, that's why, like, see some of the games that I have missed on this channel, it has been because of that. There's a shout there, surely. Could have been something there. Referee says play on for now. To be fair, the first one wasn't. The second one might be. You would need like camera angles to show me what the fuck it went down for. Could have been dangerous, nonetheless though. You got to stick up there. Yeah, but usually those sticks are like, I wouldn't recommend like those types of fire sticks. Like an Amazon fire stick's fine because those are legal, right? Like you get away with that to an extent, but you don't want like a preloaded one. I mean, unless that's your thing, obviously, you know, each to their own. That's why I kind of prefer VPNs, because usually you just go onto like an international site and there's always somewhere that's showing the game for free. That's what I've realised. Like America, for instance, they always have like local news networks that are showing like Celtic games, and you just mute it and you're fine. 9 million quid for one of the worst shots I've ever seen in my life. Yang is having a fucking nightmare. He's just got no control on that ball whatsoever, man. It's like it is genuinely his enemy at times. Like it has a God-fearing, like, ability to actually do anything with the ball. Like, I don't hate that he's trying to be, like, technical and clever, but you need to have the skills to back it up sometimes, man, and this ain't one of those games. He's getting fucking knocked out by Sparrow like it's nothing. Almost just stepping in. The Angels, that was just silly. That's a foul for Motherwell every day of the goddamn week. Norwich getting us back for selling Hooper to them. Valid, actually. Oh, it's a good piece of defending for Ralston there. He had to cover that just about, did enough of a job. There's a few players that do good in the Championship, then come down to Celtic, or will come up to Celtic or Rangers, so they'll come down as they like to say, right? Well, that's a ball into the box, surely that's a fucking big chance again, man. How many opportunities? It doesn't matter if it's Kyogo or Ida. It seems if you're the starting striker, you're destined to be shit at finishing. Another big opportunity. That one you can maybe give a bit more slack for because he had a man that was sliding underneath him. It was a bit hard to get the shot away. But he just doesn't do enough at all there, man. Slight press. Oxford is going to get that one clear comfortably enough. Scales, header, decent, flick on, was respectable, but it was still going to end up in a Motherwell shot either way. Lovely touch for Carter though. Him and Taylor have been the best two players this game. Carter has been about as composed as you can ask, and Taylor's passing has been very, very good at times. It's a lovely ball over the top for Parlow, chase down. Oxford's going to beat there. Maeda knew that he wasn't going to really get there with the ball skipping off the surface like that. Little unlucky, but it is what it is, lad. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. I appreciate the fact you tried. Norwich knew better than money and play that. Well, all I'm saying is that we sell them a future like prospect, and then we just make sure that we charge them about 15 times more. Right? They like to say that the English have like an English players tax, but we have a selling them to England tax, and that's like an added 20 million because they have the money to do it. So if they want Kyogo, for instance, or whatever, for like 10 or 15 million, 35 million with that English tax, boys. Get it paid. Played out. Oh, hold on. Maeda. Box. He slaps at the crucial time. You fuckers are allergic to being decent at fucking ball sometimes. You know this. Yang looks lost at sea. I mean, I think he would genuinely feel more comfortable with his fucking legs in the sea. I think he'd have better balance. Maeda's forgotten the intrinsical ability of finishing. And Ida's just fucking Ida, man. Like, lads, respectfully, get your fingers out your holes and start scoring some goals. It ain't difficult. Yous have had the fucking chances. Motherwell haven't done really anything of note, man. They've done exactly what St Mirren have done, except maybe a little bit better. I'm just saying that because I like Motherwell and they haven't tried to sit in like the entire fucking time. They have tried to break forward. So I have a bit more respect for this Motherwell side than I do the St Mirren side that we played last time out. But they've got the very much the same game plan. Celtic are going to be shite at finishing. Just let them take chances for range. And even then we won't fucking take them for range because we have like an inability to finish. We need to sack our attacking coaches. Or set piece ones, definitely. How much do we sign that? I think it was a 5. Was it a 5? I think it was a 5-year deal for 9.5. Feel bad for the mid. Oh, look at that. Yang's done something positive. Go on, son. Still gives the ball away though. But he gets the foul at the very fucking least. We respect that. He tried. You know it's bad when you're giving players praise for fucking doing simple things. But I do actually like that. He managed to get it past halfway and gets fouled. That is a very soft foul, I'll be honest. It's like a slight pull on the fucking back of the shot. This is why I've been screaming for either Ioannidis, fucking Kvistgaarden. I have given like a ton of players that are well within under 10 million of budget and would be able to buy them. Or the big signing that I've always said since the start of the season's Evan Ferguson. Any one of those three players would absolutely slap in Celtic's system. I don't recommend random players just based on the fact that I think they're cool. Right, Kvistgaarden's a notoriously good finisher in the Scandinavian League, and any time we play a Scandinavian team we get fucked up by the tall lads on set pieces, so getting one in our team wouldn't be that bad. Kvistgaarden at the time I was fucking scouting him anyway, at least looking into his stats, he was the top scorer in his fucking respective league. Ioannidis was literally the top scorer in the Europa League when I was scouting him out, and on top of that he was doing brilliant in the Greek League for fucking... for my brain's went dark, Olympiacos I think. No, Panathinaikos, Panathinaikos. And Evan Ferguson's Evan Ferguson. He's said more clubs than a pack of cards, so that's actually a good fucking analogy for it, man. Said more clubs than a slut-said sausage. In case he's gone in the book for something else. He must have. I totally missed that, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what he got booked for, but he is in the book nonetheless. Maybe a foul or maybe descent to the ref. I'm just going to put it down to the fact that he has that haircut. Played out towards the right hand side, that's good for Ralston. And he's been fouled immediately, so that's going to be a foul for Ralston. How much do you think we would realistically put to the side to pay for a striker though? That would be my question to ask. Oh, ball into the ball. Ah, he's getting pulled and pushed all about the joint there, referee. Spindled around. Again, Joseph, I get you're in the fucking stadium, but spoil the limitations, fella. Been over this a million and one times. Yang's into the box there, shot, bounces up, takes a bobble. It's eventually cleared away. Simple enough. Well, I guess we have a penalty in the next like 30 to 40 seconds. We know that that's happened. Fantastic, we love that. Let's see, ball's whipped in. Is it for that handball, I'm guessing? It has to be, probably. It looked like it popped up off him. Played into space, decent move. Have I got any mods in chat? Time out people that start fucking trying to do this. Those people that are watching the game delayed. Time them out for a minute or two at first, and then that's definitely a penalty, 100%. They have to give it. Start small, and if they keep it up, time them out for even longer. I mean, at 100% is a penalty. There's no way it's fucking not. Like, it goes straight through him. There is no way that it's not a penalty. He doesn't get any of the ball. Goes through the back of Yang. Yang's in the middle of the air. Catches him through the thigh, basically. There is, yeah, no, that has to be given. If it isn't, then we can genuinely make the claim that the referees just really need fucking overhauled, 100%. I'd be very surprised if they don't. Because they're showing it from all the different angles. No matter what angle you look at that from, he misses the ball. It's just because Yang surprises him. He was not expecting Yang to just show up, but he just pops in front of him, tries to get the ball, wins the ball cleanly. And Oxborough's already tried to reach out to grab it, so he just goes through Yang. It has to be a penalty. It's given. 100% has to be. Referees ain't debating over it too much. I mean, it's as clear as fucking day. So Oxborough's going to try his best to keep this one at the net. If not, we got ourselves a lead, potentially. Just heading past the 45th, and Gilles has not missed a penalty this season, I don't believe. So we're in good control here. Steps up. Very good. Nice to see it, big man. You're back on the score sheet. That's very nice. It's a bit fucking shit that it's another penalty. But it's a well taken one. Sends the keeper the wrong way, places it down very calmly into the bottom right of the net, and that's us got ourselves a lead. We kind of needed that, to be honest with you, because holy shit, we are not scoring in open play. We've been fucking woeful this half. But at least it ends on a slightly positive note. It's a bit silly from Motherwell's perspective, just giving away a penalty like that is very, very silly. Can't say anything else. Man, Oxborough will not feel too chuffed when he gets in at half time. I'll say that for free. You know. Realistically around 15 to 20 million. Jesus. I mean, I'd maybe 10 million would probably be like the safe bet, right? Especially if we're going to keep a hold of one of our main ones. I know that you shouldn't care, but you don't like either sullen attitude. I don't disagree. He seems to have his shoulders down a bit, man. Like, his hold-up touching has been great, right? Like, I can't say that he's done that very well this half. Like, he's done some good hold-up play. He's brought, like, the wingers into it. But whenever the ball falls to him inside the box, he just doesn't seem like he's switched on whatsoever. And it's a wee bit like he's just kind of swinging at it for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Like, just so that he has the say that he had the chance. Who needs to come on? I feel like you're pretty much spot on there. We need some type of offensive spot, whether that be through Palmer or whoever else, man. Just somebody. Hell, even fucking throw Kyogo on at the wing, he would probably do just as fine of a job. And if anything, it means we can switch to that that 4-4-1-1 type situation where we have Kyogo in behind and Ida up front. Because we were offensively better against St Mirren. Like, we got better when we did that. So that might be a shout. As Ida just punts that one straight into the sun. I mean, it's customary you see that at least once a game, so that will be the time we allow that one to slide. Honestly, Ida for 7 million to make profit off of him. We don't make profit off of him for 7 million. We'd need to sell him for about minimum 10.5. And you get maybe about like 500k when you take away like the lease fees and, you know, all the added taxes and shit. Ida's now complaining to the referee about something. Having a few words between him and the number 5, and Ida's in the book. Well done, mate. That's what you get for talking shit to the referee. Like, we get it. I don't like the referees either, but you need to respect the fact that the guy was just trying to move the game on. and you're still yapping at him, fucking just lad, please. The referee ain't interested, you know this, just... Like, even Rodgers is like, use your head, man. Very silly, but nonetheless, that's what happens. I guess we'll probably need to take Ida off then, just to risk any... We'll take the risk out of, you know, any red card opportunities, I should say. The half time is basically here and done, pretty much as soon as this pass comes across. Way past. No, that's a step in pass. Ralston cuts it back, should be simple enough. There we go. Could have been dangerous, but nothing really happens there, so that's comfortable enough. Vibes. Referee's letting a few extra minutes of this play out. Not exactly great, play into space, ball whipped over the top. Yang isn't going to get there. I mean, if he does, fair enough. I respect that he still tried, but there was no way he was going to get anywhere near that, man. Total purchase, yeah, no, but we still have to pay the full amount, right? Like, regardless, it's 9.5 million. So we'd have to be able to trade him away for something at the very least. But I think that will probably half time approaching, give or take about now. We're past the 50-minute mark, so... I mean, comfortably past the minute mark. We're closer to 51, I should say, but... Yeah, there we go. That's a whistle for half time. I mean, a very weird half, I'll have to be fully honest with you right now. I mean, Motherwell have done very little on the offensive end. I cannot actually recall if they've had a shot. I think they've hit it in the box once, and that's about it, but everything else has basically been Celtic's way. But it's the same issue. Getting into the box, not really putting shots on target, and the only fucking time we do is when we're handed a penalty because of some really silly goalkeeping for Oxborough. Like, you have to really question it, man. Like, what the fuck? But nonetheless, nonetheless. Yeah, just making sure that's all good and working. Boom, there we are. So that took a wee bit of airtime there, gentlemen. Yeah, that's even worse. How's life? Awful, Caden. Absolutely awful. It's been tiring, to put it nicely. I'll be honest with you. Like, if you're actually genuinely asking me, like, 100% seriously, I'm just a wee bit fucking fed up with how a lot of this year has gone. So I'm just waiting for New Year to end. Just so we can get into the next one, we can go again, because, I mean, yeah. Life stuff coming up. I've got to go to Air Miles in the 9th for a bunch of different stuff, so that's fun. You know. But nonetheless, gentlemen, nonetheless. It doesn't fucking help, man. It does not help, Virgil, when we're having to witness this. The only positive we can really say for this half so far is the fact that we've got the ball into the box a few times, but it took a defensive error for Motherwell to give us the chance. It's not like a depression thing, Caden. It's not like I'm sitting here going, oh, this year has been horrible, oh, poor wee me. It's not like that or anything. It's just the fact that I'm like, that Christmas is done. I just need this year to end so I can move on with my days, you know. So I've got like things that need to happen next year, and that's when life gets a bit more serious for me, I'd say. It's when I need to actually fucking need to hunker down and hustle a wee bit, so... Yeah, it's more or less like the... kind of like... Well, how would you describe it? Like nerves, a wee bit, I guess. Because that's why you get shit moving with the you know, with the whole life front. Motherwell are very well drilled, 100%. I agree with you there. Like that's it's kind of what I was saying towards the end of the half before we got that penalty. Like Motherwell have done the same thing that St Mirren have done, but they've done it in a more respectable way. They haven't really tried to sit on themselves. They haven't really tried to like deliberately be defensive. They've tried to break when they can. It's just Celtic defensively we're fine. Defensively we've been fucking pitch perfect. Taylor has been fantastic this game. Carter Vickers has been great as well. The other two have been okay. Right, Scales and Ralston have just had very little to do between them, so that's more than fine to say, you know what I mean? But Taylor has been okay, right? He's been making a lot of the chances down that left-hand flank, which is very surprising, but Maeda's just not there. So I feel like if we're making changes, maybe get Palmer and Kuhn on, just switch up the wingers, see if that fixes a couple of things, and if not, make a midfield change. And maybe that just opens up some lanes, because if you get someone like a McCowan on, then you can very easily just make sure that Ida sits in a wee bit deeper and you've got crossing options, or you could put Rio on and basically have Ida as an out and out, like, you know, what would you call it, like a target forward. Oh Jesus Christ. Nah David, it's not a case of that, man. I ain't had any, like, what would I put it that doesn't get me demonetised immediately? I haven't had any contact since like 22. Like the start of 22, end of 2021 or something. I'm a good looking fella, it's not as if I haven't been offered or anything, I'm just very old fashioned, I guess. Picked the wrong lassie, that's all I need to say. This year that was my biggest fucking mistake. By a landslide. Trusting the wrong lass. What team is playing Motherwell today? And what have they done that's playing well? What have they done that is played for us earlier in the season? Well, what I would say for our team, I suppose I can just show you, right? If you want a little gander, well, I explain what they've done very differently to make it work. There's Celtic's line-up. Take a gander at it at your own peril as I ramble off. But a couple of key changes that you should probably be aware of is that Yang's somehow still in the lineup and Carter Vickers is back, which is nice. But I feel like what Motherwell have done well is they've got set positioning down to a T. The second that ball gets into Ida, there's a triangle always around them, because you've got Lennon Miller willing to press him, then you've got either Balmer or Casey, whoever else is, you know, within the range to basically catch him off guard. They're there, right? Like that, they're sacrificing the wings because they know Maeda and Yang can't really cross, right? Like they're good at cutting in, they're good at trying to force you to dribble, but they ain't crossers, right? Yang's crossing has been very fucking marred at times. And Maeda just, I mean, you've seen it at the end of the half, he just sends it into fucking Rosette half the time unless he cuts it back across on the floor. So Motherwell's tactic is just keep them anchored in that midfield area, especially when it comes to the defensive side of things, because they know most of the good's going to come through that midfield. That's why a lot of people are confused as to why we kind of switch our midfield so much. This is why, because a lot of teams know that if Celtic come out with a certain three, then there's a certain style of play. And the way that we've came out with this one with Bernardo and Giles, it's to try and control the midfield, which we have. We've been comfortable, but what that does is that it takes away creative liberty, which has been very noticeable this game. Yang Arthur Kuhn plus look for Bernardo. Two very, very sensible changes, David. Very sensible changes. Could have gone for a 20 million striker if Brendan didn't waste 20 million on two bench warmers. Yeah, I mean, in the way I look at it is that it could have been an Evan Ferguson, but I suppose two players are better than one, especially late season when you need that depth, but you have to kind of look at all of that. I wouldn't say that, Virtual. I mean, it has been a shit performance, but I wouldn't say the team's been shite, it's just the finishing. It's the same as St Mirren. We're playing fine. The finishing product just ain't necessarily there. It's part of the journey of the next adventure. I suppose so, mate. It's just the fact that I am notoriously unlucky when it comes to, like, everything in life. Like, you know, I'm like fucking bad luck Brian when it comes to that type of shit, you know. I can do everything on my end more than fine, but it's usually like ulterior sources that kind of kick me in the teeth. But, I mean, for now, it's not so bad, right? So either way, I'll get shit done. Don't you worry about that, man. I have already been at the bottom of the fucking pit. There's only one way you can go for that point. That's the way I look at it. Optimistic, pessimist. Life is shite, but at least there's a glass with some water in it. It means I won't die of dehydration. So it's a victory in its own wee way, right? But yeah, in terms of changes, we definitely need to make a couple of them, 100%. I think Valet's more of a situational one because Taylor has been genuinely quite good. That'd be the case I'd make number 7. But I can see your point, because if you get Valet on, then it means Maeda's not going to be stuck out on that flank the entire fucking time, and it's going to just be watching a guy basically struggle for 45 more minutes. I feel like we do need to make some changes that are more offensive minded though, because again, defensively has not been the problem. They've not had a shot. We've done well in that regard, but it's the same shit where you're like, are we going to actually, you know, try and be direct with our chances? Like, stop doing this passing side to side outside the fucking box and try and find like that clear opening. Just throw it in. Make Motherwell make mistakes. We're good at recovering the ball. We're brilliant at 50-50, so just get into them, hassle them, and then you can win this comfortably. I mean, I said this was going to be one of those 2-0, 3-0 type games, but I was saying that in the sense that we would have like a very, very stable performance where, yeah, we weren't great, but we were doing enough. This hasn't even been that. The only reason we're winning this game is literally because Motherwell forgot that penalties are a thing, and they just decided to make a very stupid challenge inside their box. That is it. 82% possession, most of it backwards. That's pretty much a good way to summarise it, Scott, if I'm being fully honest with you. I think Scales and Carter Vickers have probably had more touches of the ball than their offences, and that's been very, very mild about it, I think. Club won't jaw. I mean, it's not as if we haven't closed the door on it. Rennes are willing to sell him for a respectable fee, but the question would be his wages. Because, I mean, Tierney has more, like, actual sensibility because he's openly stated that he's willing to take a massive wage cut to come back to Celtic. Plus, he can play in 2 different positions, and that's always lovely. So, I like the idea of that. But Jota's a bit different because he left on the kind of premise that he was too good for Celtic, then went to Saudi Arabia and realised, nah, like, you need a certain team and a certain system. But he was there when Postecoglou was. So, it's a case of, does Rodgers see the same qualities than what Postecoglou does? Because if he does, then great, but if not, then I don't see him coming back. I appreciate that, kid. But again, I'm there and fine. The only thing that can kill me is myself. That's the way I'm looking at it, fella. Cobble, been there, done it, made profit. Yeah, it really depends on how much we get the offer, well, how much we would have to offer. If it's under 15 million or something, I could genuinely see us being tempted. Because that's a buyback at less than 50%, that's pretty damn fucking good business no matter what way you look at it. Aye, but Fletcher's just kind of summarised it. It's like if he can fit into Rodgers' system. Because under Postecoglou we know what he can offer, but Rodgers plays with a different system with his wingers. Because again, under like Postecoglou, Maeda was just about pace. Now he's trying to work in technicality to it, and Jota's kind of the same. He's more technical based, not so much known for like sprinting essentially. So Rodgers would probably be able to do a very good job with him. I'm not sitting there and saying anything otherwise. I think he'd be fucking great for this team, but again, it's if Rodgers is willing to take that risk to bring someone like that back. Because again, you don't really look to your past to figure out things for your future. That just doesn't make sense unless you're using hindsight. And there isn't too much hindsight, right? We sold Tierney and Jota for well above profit. Both of them were record-breaking transfers at the time of their departments, so you have to look at it like that, you know what I mean? Celtic can either take it or leave it, and either way we're okay, right? If we decide to get Jota, we know we're getting someone good. If we don't, we don't. It's really that straightforward. I love how it does it. I call it the cringe. Let me just do this. That's scummy as fuck. I hate size to do. I just want the stats of the other games that I've missed, for fuck's sake. I don't care about your cookies, just show me the other scores. When the fuck do Rangers? Oh, they play later on the night. I was wondering when they played. They kick off later on against St Mirren. Oh, ironically, they kick off against St Mirren later on. The more you know. Well, talking about Kyogo right now. Apparently he may be getting warmed up to come on, and Kuhn as well. That's an interesting, very interesting. don't know. I feel like there's definitely a change or two to be made. It's just a case of which ones Rodgers decides to make. It's going to be an interesting one for sure, I'd say that much. Geary check, see if we gained any subscribers over the half or not. We did not. Is everyone in chat basically subscribed already? Is that what's happened? Oh, we'd love to see that. We've got another Canadian boy in here, that's bliss. Yes, you've got a few Canadians in here, fella. There's a mod in here called Chateau who's from the exact same area. Not quite from Bala, but he is from Ontario. I mean, he lives in Ontario, he's Scottish, he lives in Ontario, but he's fucking class. That's amazing. Nice to have yous in here, lads. Hope yous are good. Gabby and Patrick, welcome. Hope yous are having a good time, man. I mean, sorry that you're witnessing, if you're watching the game, you're witnessing probably the worst performance in a good amount of time, I would say. Nothing to write home about. A penalty kick in the kind of 45th plus minute, man. It's quite literally a game of FIFA, but worse. Because it's real life and you have to sit through 45 minutes for it to happen rather than fucking 5. But hey, we're doing an alright job. I mean, as long as we make some changes in the second half, I'll be a lot more at ease, I'll be honest. You know, bliss. That's the thing, I've realised that, is like, I don't get recommended to very many new people, but those that come around tend to stick around. So it's like, the community is filled with very, very solid, like, people. Genuinely, most of these are class. Boxing Day, no good. Nah, I was not expecting that anyway, man. So, I knew that genuinely, even when I woke up. I'm like, it's a fucking Thursday night, like a Thursday afternoon kick-off. Most people are probably still reeling for the night before, either financially or spiritually, for the amount of alcohol they've consumed. And we're coming out for the second half. It's about to begin. We're about to get rocking and rolling once more. So let's get back onto this screen because we'll be kicking off pretty much in like a minute or so. Let's get that sorted out. I love that. That's a brilliant way to look at a compass. Brilliant way. Or is it compass? I don't want to be too hangy with your name. It sounds like it would be pronounced compass. But we are damn right the best. Very good approach to have, my guy. Very good approach to have. From the shithole of Renfrewshire, yes! The holy guys. That place is like hell on earth, but we move. Alright, we'll try to make a chance. That's good. McGregor, into the box. It's actually very dangerous. Could have something happen very early in this half. Ball's bouncing around. There is no changes there though. That's what I was kind of hoping to see, if anyone would be switched up, but everyone's staying as is. Although I have noticed immediately Yang and Maeda have pressed in a little bit further. They're not as like stuck to the edges of the wings. See, to be honest with you, aye. It's because like whenever I have to like set up a stream, it's like, is this child friendly? I'm like, well, I swear and I call people cunts, so I wouldn't say child friendly. So most of my demographic, believe it or not, the biggest amount are people over the ages of 30 and under 50. Like people that are essentially close to like 10, 15 years older than me. That's my main demographic. McGregor, decent. Oh, ball into the box. This is a big chance, and we try to do too much with it. That is a very good touch on the. Oh, it's a really good piece of defence from Miller, actually. Sticks his leg out in the fucking nick of time because Bernardo had a free rein to have a crack there. We take it. Decent corner kicks played fast out towards the edge. Yang, good ball actually. Really good ball. Didn't work out, and the referee's apparently complaining about something. I don't know if it has to be taken again or what. He's pointing back to the corner flag. I don't think he was set or something. Or maybe the Motherwell players weren't set. I mean, the Celtic players ain't too happy, but neither are the Motherwell players, because they just defended a set piece and now they have to defend another one. Don't blow your whistle, ref, if you're not ready for the play to happen. That was very confusing, but I guess we get another crack at the whip, so it's not so bad. Ball's whipped in this time. It's not a short pace, it's a good fucking long ball to the back post, but again, popped up and into the keeper's hands comfortably enough. No, it's not a total shithole. It's not like Dundee, you know. It's not Dundee levels of shite, I should say. Oh shit, I just realised it's not got the stats. There we go. Bring the stats back up. Sorry about that, lads. It's not the worst place, definitely not. We are damn right the best, Robert. Good way to look at it, man. 119, 1-2-1 by the end of this season. Maybe 1-2-2 by the Champions League, you know. Short routine. Ooh, good touch. I like that, Vin McGregor. That was calm. Oh, that's good. That's much better for Yang. Lovely pass, Brett. That's a great ball into the box. That was genuinely a nice piece of play. Just didn't necessarily walk out. The flag's gone up for something. That might have gone out to play for a corner kick. Good hassling for the skipper. That's good all round there. Yang for once actually just tries to take the ball with him rather than try to lay it off, and it worked out. The passing behind was fucking lovely. Need to see a bit more of that, big man. A bit more of that and you'll be fantastic. At least there's no Ibrox exactly there. You watch because you still interact with most comments. I try my best to do that, Rob. It's like sometimes I will genuinely miss one or two, but it's just literally because sometimes people, like, especially in big streams where there's like a few hundred viewers, it takes like so much, it takes like so much goddamn like hassle to like keep up with everything that's said. But I always try and make a point of it to like at least ones that talk consistently. If I see the name and I recognise them, I'll always try my best to like read the comment. So I appreciate little things like that myself, my guy. So that's why I like smaller streamers to an extent. You prefer a baseball bat or a crow though. Nah, do an Ash Evil Dead, man. Get some nails through that bitch and you're basically sorted. Oh, it's a good pass back for Motherwell. They were under some pressure there. They didn't make that pass back. That was clever. Logsborough's going to throw it hard, didn't he? Well, that was a fucking horrible pass, but they still somehow get away with it. Chance. The 55's breaking into the box. First real opportunity for them. Whipped across and not really too threatening for Celtic. Comes off a green and white shirt and it's cleared away comfortably enough. Here's on. Looks for the long ball. That is a lovely pass. That is a fucking lovely pass. Maeda's just been taken down there. The referee's not going to give it a foul. Maeda's going to get up and try and hassle it. The referee waves him back onto his feet. It really should have been a foul on Maeda there. That ball was fucking beautiful for him. Fuck your lad before you said the Champions League, I know. Jesus. I might be delusional. I might have some green tinted specs here and there, but I'm not completely and utterly insane. Best case scenario, we get into the playoffs and then lose immediately because knockout football was a fucking kryptonite for some reason. You gotta go back to Wishaw next year and see family any places good to eat. There's a bunch of different ones. I would say it's like if you're looking takeout places and stuff, Sandro's, the Atlantic, they're all very safe and good bets. But I don't know about fancy places. I mean, look at me, do I look like I'm the type of person to go sit at like a Michelin star restaurant or something and scran their food? Absolutely not, man. You put me outside of McDonald's, I'm just as happy. Oh, Motherwell have a chance, hold on. Coletta plays it short, rolled back, good ball into space, although again, I'm liking the hustling. Maeda's starting to fucking win challenges again, he's looking like himself. But we just left the entire left hand side of the field open. Sparrow plays it into space, that could be dangerous. Motherwell get the chance, takes a pop up off Carter Vickers, corner kick. Although, He's complaining about something. Did it come back off him or what? He's trying to claim handball. Fuck off. For that. His arm's by his side, fella. He can't be any more natural. He's tried to dive and now he's trying to buy a handball for thin air. I'm starting to dislike that wee quick, but respectfully. He's a wee bit quirky. I don't like that. I mean, it's definitely not a hand fucking ball. It pops up off his arm out like that, but it's, yeah, his arm isn't, but it's not out by his side. He's not like this, it's like that. Natural. You were brought up in Drumchapel? Fair enough. Wishaw's alright, it's not the worst area in the world. You can say that for anywhere, it's like mostly, it's like anywhere you go in Scotland there's going to be filled with mad cunts. Apparently they're checking for something. Oh my god, that was a big chance for Motherwell. That came back after their own fucking player. How the fuck did that not go in? No, that came out so that was literally the first chance that Motherwell have had, and that could have been a goal. One of their own players just kept that out. That is insane. He was not aware. It just kind of cannons off his head and goes over the bar, but that was fucking scary. And now we look like we've woken up. We've got the ball into the box. It's played out to the edge of the area. Doesn't get dealt with the first time, but it is gathered by Ralston. Switches it across to his fall back counterpart. Ball into the box is half dangerous. Gathered by Oxborough, but that could have been something. Motherwell's first big chance of the game, and it could have been a fucking good one. Fair enough, lads, fair enough. That's a good break forward. Brilliant pass into space. Ida, good hold up touch. Takes away for his man. Good stuff. And that's fine. Wins a throw in. That's okay. The best thing to do is just go into like Just Eat or whatever app is probably most used in Wishaw, like Uber Eats or something, and just go by like recommendations. Oh, could have been dangerous there. Genuinely could have been dangerous there. I like that though. Ball into the box wasn't too bad. Just didn't necessarily get executed the right way. We do love delayed feeds. That's a great pass into space though. Very good run actually, hold on, there's space opening on that side. Corner kick's going to get swung in, dangerous, awkward, across everybody, it's in the back of the net, who the fuck made that? Dyson! Yes! I knew he woke up! I could tell by the way he was pressing that he's woke up, it's fucking Dyson, let's go son. How did the smallest man in the pitch get there? I have no fucking idea, but I love him nonetheless. Back in it, there we go, we got our second. How? Oh, that little flick on was genius for Scales, by the way. Knew he couldn't get it on target, so he just lifts it up with his head and it lets Maeda run in at the back post. That's a Scaldini assist if I've ever seen one. For the ginger to the ninja, what a fucking passage of play that was. That was beautiful for Scales. And Dyson just fucking ghosts in at the back post, perfectly timed, headers at everything he has, straight into the back of the net. That is a set piece goal, gentlemen. That is a goal for a corner kick. The day just gets fucking weirder. Bliss. We'll absolutely take that. Fantastic. Maybe second half syndrome's going to kick in for us and we'll win this by fucking 3 or 4 now. I love that everyone else celebrating and Rab's like, ah, I need to eat somewhere, man, fuck. TripAdvisor is a good shout for that type of stuff. But we're 2-0 in front. That's what we love to see. Taking us a bit of time, but the start of this half is already a lot more fucking vibrant than the entirety of the first, so that is a major plus. We'll absolutely take that, that's no bad at all. Good pass back towards Scales. Just about an hour gone in this game. That's a lovely ball over the top again. Hold on a fucking second. Brilliant for either. Lays it off for Maeda. I did kind of take a step back away from the box, which is kind of understandable, I guess. Played out to Taylor again. Calm enough. Simple enough. I like this. And you go virtual coming in clutch with some recommendations. We'll love to see that one. Ida rules. Aye, the same way a Scottish king did in Britain. Well, that's good. Ida, good hold up touch, hold on a second, chance, edge of the box, takes a big deflection, but it should take a major bounce in our favour. Yang doesn't get to the edge of the cross into the box, now Motherwell might have a break on. They do have a break on, it's a 2v3 basically. Brilliant break, they could take advantage. Watt's on either, he does actually use Watt way earlier than he should have. Watt gets into the box and he loses out. Brilliant hustling for Taylor again, by the way. Greg Taylor is actually goated this match, good for him. Nice to see him having a really, not just a good performance, but a good defensive performance. A few times he's covered back there. No, a couple of guys back into that a bit of scoring. Exactly that, just a nice wee wake-up performance now. Both goals have came from set pieces, which is rare territory for us. One being a penalty though, which is always a bit of a kind of... but it was a penalty, it's kind of hard to argue against it. Player into space, decent, lovely control. Laid off, not necessarily the best pass I've ever seen from either. Kind of clips his man on the way through for a foul as well. I think it's going to give him something positive. I think, yeah, no, like, he's not having a bad game. His finishing's been fucking woeful. I'll be outright about that. But every other aspect of his play's been pretty good. He's hustling, he's trying his best to get on the end of the ball. Like, I can respect it. It's just not what you would call a striker's performance. And the whole point with bottom is to be our out-and-out finisher, so it's a wee bit, you know, a wee bit strange. But as what it is, that's a great challenge for our skipper. Hold on, McGregor. Paolo cuts it back for Angels. That pass was very risky, but I like it if it came off. Could have been dangerous. That should be a foul for Celtic as well. He just got bundled over there by two of them. We've just taken it quickly. That did not look like we even slowed the ball down. Stop saying good things about Taylor. Last time he gave Rangers a goal. Listen, I like to give players credit when they are playing nice. Apparently we've made a change there, but the graphic didn't load up who it was. I think it's Kuhn that's came on. Honestly, I ain't too sure, it literally just didn't show us. But Kyogo's was getting warmed up as well, and Rio. And there is Kuhn as well. So as it's going to be the trifecta of changes, it's going to be mostly attack with a midfield change. I was spot on. We might be going into that 4-4-1-1 type formation that we've seen a little bit against St Mirren. Maybe it's Rodgers just experiment with a couple of things, but he could just go straight switches, to be honest. Curious to see what he does, but for now Ralston just sends... he must be taking crossing lessons from Maeda. That was fucking horrible. Fair enough though, lad. So the first change is going to be Kyogo. Is that why there was no name thing on that? That makes a bit more sense now, yeah. There are some changes coming on. Yang's going to be the first one. That's probably the most sensible one, to be honest with you. He's going to be coming off for Nicholas Kuhn. Not the best game, Yang, I'll be fully honest with you, man. Still only one goal, but Bernardo's going to be the next change. He'll be coming on for Rio. And that means that it will be either coming off for Kyogo. So it is straight switches, it's no change of formation, it makes sense. Just have a bit more pace and exuberance, get them fit and ready and fighting for the game against Johnston upcoming. Taylor's biggest critic, but the lad's been on it today. Yeah, genuinely, like that's the thing. Like you have to give players credit when they're doing fucking good, and Taylor has been very good today. He's my man of the match so far. His tackling's been pinpoint, his passing's been good, he's getting my aid up that side, he's playing perfect looper passes in towards McGregor. I think he's only had one or two genuinely, like, maybe not the best pass. But there's a bit of bite about him today, there's a bit more bounce in his step in comparison to what you usually see, so I can take that with a smile on my face, you know what I mean? Because usually I gave him a lot of shit. I literally told Taylor to kill himself a few weeks ago, so there's your like, there's your kind of bar. If a player is shite, they will be called as such, but if they play good, they play good, you know. The Rangers playing it as Sinner, and they play them later on today, I believe. Motherwell are panicking there, that one's cleared out straight away, it's a Celtic throw-in. We've got it back in play immediately. Take a wee gander, have we gained any new subscribers? No, that's more than fine. Can someone give me a like tally? How are we sitting for that? If we got past 25, 30? That would be a respectable goal to set. Anything around that would be fantastic. Oh, lovely ball. Rio played an absolute pearler in. Taylor's going to get there. The cross in is fucking dangerous. It was into the right area, but no one was there. Kyogo, unfortunately, he's many things, but he ain't 6 foot. It's a good ball forward. There's a chase down. Slight pressure there. Good cut in, but Celtic win the ball back. Blocks. 27. Blocks. Right, if we can get 3 more, that's respectable. That'll keep us in the medium average. Everyone that has, very much appreciated, very kind. Ball switch there. Oh, that's good for Scales. Brings him into play. Rio's taking the touch. McGregor just stands his ground and allows Rio to run past him. I like that. They're just playing set and zonal. That's a good way to kind of see this game out. Limits the chances. Great ball into space. That could be dangerous. Still could be dangerous. What a pass for Taylor. That back heel for Maeda was clean as well. Again, very nice counter-attack of football, but once the ball's into the box, it's just a wee bit different. No one was really switched on to Maeda's like sheer genius there, but I don't even think he was switched on. It was more of a react type situation than like a controlled touch. But I respect it. He gave it a crack, and we always love to see that. Oh, how Ralston with the ball. Can't really keep it in, that's unlucky fella, but I'm liking this. There's a lot more cohesiveness to this, the second half performance. It might we're not making as many chances. I think that's the kind of telltale sign. That's a good touch for Scales just to kind of stop him from getting him behind there. That could have been dangerous. I always recommend getting an ad blocker for those types of things, kidding. But they are on the minimum settings, so they should just be like the 10-15 second ones that you can skip relatively fine. That's a good ball. Oh, still could be dangerous actually. That's fucking fair play to Motherwell. They do well to clear the lines there. That could have been dangerous. I think it was Coletta that had to drop all the way back and force the issue for them. Not play the cross. McGregor again. I don't really care about the money though. I've said this a million and one times. That's why I don't like plug a lot of stuff. The only thing I really do ask for is subscribers and likes, because that's literally just to keep me in the algorithm, and that's it. I don't want to be one of those famous motherfuckers. I don't want people to recognise me on the street too much. That's a good chance. McGregor takes a bounce shot for Kuhn, blocked again. Double block for that defender. Fair enough actually. And now Motherwell are on a break. Hold on a fucking second. Oh my god, what a pass. Chance for Motherwell. They have a shot, but it's... I mean, it's closer to the corner flag. That was bad. Holy shit, that was bad. I mean, it was a great break, but I'll tell you what, the breakaway was fantastic. The pass in was even better, but his teammate just couldn't really follow through. Poor shot in the end. I suppose that's fair. I suppose that's fair. Can't disagree with Virtual. It's a good thing to have on the side, I guess, but to be fair, any money I've made for YouTube's went back into this. It's like fans and stuff that are in that PC. That's a good ball into the box, takes a bop up. Another corner kick. Yeah, no, you have to feel for Motherwell a wee bit, honestly, because that was a genuine good chance for them to get something, but it was just so poorly executed. You kind of can't really say anything else except goddamn. Oh, that was bad. Played shot. And the cross into space, that could be dangerous. Why are you getting in each other's way? And that's something, I guess. We've returned the favour and put it out for a fucking throw-in. I mean, I'm glad you find it fun in the arm, but I don't think many other people will. Probably I'm getting YouTube issues, although I'm checking that just to make sure that's not the case. This one's going to be here, followed as far as possible. Let's see where this one goes. Straight back into our possession. Fantastic. Good to see. Lovely to see it. I feel, honestly, yeah, like Motherwell, they had a much better first half, I'll say that, but they have had chances. As much as you want to like sit there and say that like they could have scored for that corner, the one that came off their own player. And they did have that breakaway chance there, but you can make the case that Celtic should have a lot, and we should have a set piece chance from a very good area. Motherwell are going to have another player put into the book. Ironically enough, I think it's one of the changes that just came on. Just tries to hold Arm's hand, let him know he's there for him, I suppose. Payton's in the book. Valid. There's a couple of extra changes warming up on the side for us, so there might be a couple of extra additions, which is never a bad thing. Definitely within territory to hit a cracker. I mean, if you're going to score a wonder goal, this would be the time to do it in a game that's just been full of shite for the most part. It's a really poor league. It's like men against boys, only given a close match by Rangers. I wouldn't say that, because I mean we've had a couple of close games for a few teams this season, but it's just that Celtic are just overstacked. It's the good thing about having a team with a lot of squad depth like us is the fact that you can afford to be like that. That's a decent free kick. That was genuinely a threat. That dipped a wee bit earlier. That could have definitely caught the keeper off guard, but it just didn't dip quick enough. It was well struck. Can't say anything wrong with the effort at all. Virtual's like a resident angry old man that's just always pissed off at something, and we love him for it. Like, I get pretty like heated when it comes to certain things, but this man takes it, times it by 10, and puts it into text form. Yeah, that's exactly it, Wayne. That's exactly how I'd put it myself. If you want to make the argument, any other team could have been just as good as if they were as smart with their investments. Motherwell, for instance, they have a bunch of players that have genuinely been incredible. Hibs have had players that have been incredible, and they sell them off for peanuts. If they stop doing that, then maybe they could build a squad. Like, I mean, Motherwell are already thinking about how they can get rid of Lennon Miller. The kid's only fucking 18, 19 years of age. Why don't you keep a hold of him for a few seasons? Like, actually, use your academy players rather than just sell them off to the highest builder at the first opportunity, because that's also Rangers and Celtic's issue, because we sell our academy players away to the English for basically fucking pennies. take. Well played inside. Lovely feet. Brilliant for Rio. Good pop in his space. Here we go. Have a crack, Kuhn. Have a shot. Does have a shot. It's spilled in! Oh, that is a big mistake for the keeper. He didn't set himself and it's gone out the back of the net. That's got to be game over. Kuhn's made it 3. It is a horrible mistake for this. Oh, you have to feel for them. I mean, it's a well taken shot, but the keeper just, he doesn't cover himself in glory. He's not set. I don't think he was expecting the German to have a crack. It's a well taken shot, and oh, it's the deflection. It takes it away from him. But that's what happens when you have him. You just get him. Oh, it's yeah, no. At first I was going to put that on the goalkeeper, but the deflection takes it just that wee bit further away from him, and he still gets a hand to it, but he can't keep it out. Kuhn's put it in the back of the net. That's game, set and match, gentlemen. It has been a very, very weird game. I will be fully honest with you. But I mean, we're 3-0 up, so yes, we've got our goal scoring keeper. A goal scoring like stuff back into space. We can keep this going, and we're fantastic. But yeah, by any means necessary. It's definitely one way to put it. None of the goals have been particularly fancy. I mean, the first one, well taken penalty. Can't really say anything wrong with that. The second one, very nice flick on for Scales and a bullet header for Maeda. Third one, nice wee shot for range that took a fortunate nick off of. I'm not even sure it took a nick off. I totally missed the number, but I do feel a bit bad for Oxborough there, because he does well to like read it and he tries to get back across, but he can't keep it away, man. It's one of those. And Watchalong too hanging about it all, man. Fuck the keeper, fair enough, lmao. Yeah, that's why they have all those like Celtic B and like Hearts B and like basically all your kind of like Lowland League type of teams, so they can get developmental time. But I would just say send them down to the Championship or something, give them development time down there. Got to rest players and rotate the squad. Oh, 100%. Scales. I like that played in, hold on. Could be dangerous again actually. It looks like Celtic are starting to play with a bit of fucking bounce in their step again. Why would you pass it in there, Ralston? I have no idea, son, but fair enough. Yeah, just switching up the wings a little bit, giving us a bit of a dynamic route in. It's completely changed the face of this game, 100%. Can't wait for the old one, but kind of nervous. What makes you nervous for it? I mean, Rangers played very good against us last time out. That's not to be disrespected, but we played fucking awful. That was a counterpoint. Like, I think I had this discussion with like some of my Rangers family members before as well, and even one or two people that I've just spoken to about it in general, where it's like, yeah, like Rangers did well, but it's not any fear. Still very much the better team, because even when we're playing shite, we're still winning 3-0, and that says that we can do things. It's taken way more shots than it should have, don't get me wrong, but I feel like if the boys hit form at the right time, you know, that's why I'm kind of hoping that Sir Johnston match would be a good tee-up, because at least that way, you know, we know we're ready for it. Because I mean, Rangers will look at their match tonight, and obviously the one before we play, you know, after New Year as well. Those games will be massively important for their momentum and morale, because they weren't particularly great in their last match either. They only squeaked out a 1-0 win. It's not as if we were any better. We didn't even score, but that's what I'm saying. Like, you always have those like come down performances. Oh, that's brilliant. Maeda gets into the box, gets it across, good save for the keeper. Oxborough was not allowing that a second time. Gets out, shuts his man down. Second half has been much better with a good movement. Yeah, ever since we made some certain changes. Virtual is very pleased that Kuhn is on the pitch. Oh, and that's a good final change to make. In fact, you know what, Taylor gets a wee round of applause from me. Taylor was fantastic today. He gets a wee rest. He's going to come off for Valet, and Motherwell have taken after creative playmaker for some reason. The guy that's done them the most. Where the fuck did I put that? Oh, it went on the floor. Great. I love when things fall. Clubs should be allowed feeder clubs. There are. There's a ton of systems like that. Like Albion Rovers, for instance, take a lot of like Motherwell and Hamilton players. For instance, we take them on loan. It's not as if it doesn't exist. It's just that there's not a big enough network of clubs that are actually like sustainably good at taking players on loan and keeping them in the team as promised. You know what I mean? Because you can sit there and promise to someone that's coming for like Celtic's academy, hey, we'll play you in every match, but if they don't hit the ground running, why would you play them? And that's kind of probably been most of the issue. This is when the team is needed. Now we move upwards. I mean, yeah, I'd say it's maybe not like the style of win that we probably would have expected. I think that's fair to say, but it's a good dig out type of performance. It's like one of those ones where you're like, right, you can see that we at least have the right idea. You know, there's definitely perks to it, and I think over the course of specifically the last 20-30 minutes, the better version of Celtic started to wake up, right? You've got players pressing how they're meant to, they're defending more than fine. Can't say anyone's put a foot wrong for the most part in the second half, but it's just been a very weird performance. Because you can tell that we've not really got out of third gear. Very much cruise control. Ball in the box from Motherwell, could be dangerous. Popped up and away. Great pass. Kuhn. Not the greatest follow through pass, I'll be fully honest with you right now. Kyoko will engage the chase but doesn't necessarily get on that. That's what you said about the fees being paid as part of your players that make the first team or move on. I suppose, yeah, you could always have, oh hold on, shit, Maeda, box. Kyogo, edge of area. There's a lot more dynamicism on the move. Shot is beautiful! That is absolutely clean. We needed an absolute wonder goal. That's the wonder goal we needed. Rio hits it for about 25-30 yards out and buries it. What a shot that is. Welcome back, big man. Nice to see you on the score sheet. That is fucking pure. Oh. First of all, that little lay-off, he couldn't just to lay it off. Brilliant. Maeda gets it across, laid back. Kyogo, some simple passing around. Eventually it ends up at Rio's feet. Takes one touch to the side to set himself and hits that as hard and as low as he can. And it's a fucking thunderbolt. Valet gets an assist. Can't take anything away for that finish. Absolutely brilliant, man. Simple 1-2 touch stuff, getting central, not trying to get crosses away, using the fucking midfield space like we would asked for so long. We got it going, boys. That's game, set and the match. Second half syndrome is fully kicked in for us. We're full out of the good. It's game. Nice to see he's back, gentlemen. We'll keep it going for the next few matches. That was a very nice, really nice passage of play from start to finish, man. No one had more than 2 or 3 touches there. Beautiful. Spot on. Agreed 100%, Robert. 100% agreed. I mean, Rio's going to be pushed for 4 games now. Nah, I mean, to be fair, this isn't half the bench performance. We still have to get him doing this for a start, so... Oh, hold on. I get a chance for 5... Motherwell clear the lines just about. It's going to be another Celtic throw, and the boys have woken up. 5 is a nice round number, even though it's technically an odd. It's not an even number whatsoever, but it's a nice number to have. Some bounce in their step. It's just this, I think it's more of a case of Motherwell tiring out though, because they have done a lot of defensive marking, and I think the boys at the back line have just been a little bit kind of burnt out, to put it nicely. Their heads have dropped and they know they ain't getting anything out of this game. They're more or less just waiting for the final whistle at this point. but Schmeichel's still like shouting out to the defenders on our side to stay where they're meant to. I like that. Celtic Park starts to clear out because a lot of people are just going to want to try and beat the Boxing Day traffic. Yeah, we very much did, Mark. 100% agreed. You're a 3-0 on, trust it go to 4. I know. The best goal of the game has to be the one that breaks it as well. It's just classic fucking Celtic in a nutshell. We take it. Ah, we got past 30, that's bliss then. I don't think we gained any new subscribers or what, but we haven't. That's pain, but fair enough I suppose. It'll happen. There will be days like this. It's good for skills played out towards that side. Comfortable enough. Valet for Rio. Rio, pop over. Maeda. I'm confused at what his touch was, but I'm almost impressed by it. Because I'm not really sure how he takes it down, but he just ends up messing it up, like, majestically. That's the only way I can really summarise it. He was offside anyway, so it didn't really matter, but that was a very weird touch, because he like straddle touches it. That was fucking cool. That'd be like a 5-star skill move if he could keep that under control. Kilmarnock are 3-0 up. Good for them, honestly. You won 50 quid in the lot. Ah, that's a good old Christmas miracle, that. We'll love to see it. That's a spirit of Christmas saying, get yourself something on the house, gentlemen. Love to see that, it's good, man. Congrats. All I'm saying is that Kuhn is very much an appreciated player. He's easily, I would say, like to this point, at the very least halfway through the season, definitely a player of the season 100%. You can make the case for McGregor, absolutely. You can make the case for Maeda as well. Genuinely, you probably could make a case for a few of them. Oh, what a pass that would have been. But it's just hard to like knock how influentially decent Kuhn has been for us since he's came into the team. Because even in pre-season, like City, we beat them because of Kuhn. Like Chelsea, he was brilliant against them as well. He was fantastic against like the few minutes that he had against like DC. And then he's just kicked on, had it going the entire time, so fantastic. How good was Taylor today? Very good. Genuinely, probably one of his more calm performances. Like, if you're taking the course of December, that was his best performance of the month, 100%. Flies crawling up walls, nah. The most I would ever bet's like a score tournament. And even then, I'm not always right. I started off this season on fucking fire though. I got like 6 in a row, like spot on to the letter. But this has been a much better second half as a whole. Much better second half. You can't say anything too bad about it whatsoever. Balls into the box, could be dangerous. Cut across, could be 5. He does fall on his arse for some reason, and now Motherwell have a chance to break. Although Carter Vickers says no thank you and fuck you. Just wins the challenge, throws it up. Bliss. Carter Vickers looking for any exchanging side ups to just play it safe, which is more than fine. I like that. 7 minutes have been and gone, so ain't too much time left. I'd imagine there'll be about 2 or 3 minutes of added time. I think Motherwell won't really want any more than a couple of minutes of added time anyway. Ball's whipped into the near post. Good save, Oxborough. Kyogo nearly manages to get that goal that he's been so desperately craving, but it's a good save for the Steelsman's shot stopper. That's a very good save actually. Had to react, he just kind of pops it off himself. Doesn't matter how you keep it out, it's just that you keep it out, and that's exactly what he does. Corner kick for us though. Definitely potential for one last little bit of danger for Motherwell. It could go 5. Ball's whipped in, hard and high, gets cleared away by the first Motherwell shot there is, which is more than fine I suppose. Can just ooze his confidence. Of course he does. Have you seen him? Oh, that's a great chance. How the fuck did that not go in? Oh, Scales really genuinely should have scored there, but that was a brilliant run for the big man to get out into that. He just appeared out of nowhere, popped his header across. Oh, that is so unlucky, by the way. If that ball curled the other direction, that would have been top stanchion. He deserved that too. If that went in, that would have been absolutely deserved. You couldn't get around the games where he'd be this good. That's why a player can't be. Well, you can't judge a player until they're given a run in the team. Exactly that. That's why I'm not really giving like players like in jails and that a lot of crap, because I mean, they're not getting consistent minutes, match day to match day to match day. It's like they get 2 games and then they're benched, and then 2 games and then they're benched, and like it's good for rotation, but maybe not so much for consistency. And that's maybe the bits that we need to kind of tweak out for ourselves. But for the most part, can't complain too much. But Coons definitely earned his bread and butter, as per usual. And the last 2 goals were quite nice. First 2 were a bit, admittedly, a wee bit weird of how they came about. The last 2 were nice, and the last one was lovely. I think Rio's is probably going to be the clip of the game, just because it's the only time where I actually react with any sort of vigour. Yeah, no, genuinely. Like Vienna missed the trick, keep my hold of him, man, because it's only going to get better for us. Oh, good steal. Could have been dangerous. Could have popped up and straining the hands of the keeper. I appreciate that, James. That's very kenny, man. If that's you all for the night, hope you enjoy yourself, man. We'll be live. I mean, I was going to say, I don't know if I'm going to be live on the 29th for the game against Johnston, just because I might be at the game. I don't know yet. It really depends on family plans for the weekend. But if it's on the same day, then I'll probably be able to do the stream, because I might be back, like, again off. But if not, and it's on the Saturday, then on the Sunday I'm going with my mate to the game. So, you know, if I go live, then you'll know, essentially, because I'll be here, you know. His progress is really good considering he was underweight. Exactly that. Fulham's just went 2-1 up against Chelsea. That is slightly surprising, but at the same time not very. Oh, hold on. Oh no. Kyogo had a chance there. Good feet, love that. Very simple for power up. Maybe not that pass, that was fucking stupid. Late in the game or not, that's just a good old fashioned lack of ability though. Kill it your 4-0 up, fuck's sake. Oh, they're trying to match us, bar for bar. Anytime we've scored, so have they. Well, thankfully there's only another like minute and a half of this game left to go, and then we can wrap things up in a nice neat little bow. It's going to be played into space, comfortable enough, but to cross. Is there a potential for a late 5th? Just to really rub it in the noses, say Motherwell, but I mean, to be fair, it's not as if Motherwell have played bad, they just haven't attacked. I feel like if they'd done a bit more of that, they could have made this game a bit closer. If that corner chance went in, the game could have been way different. But Celtic woke up. It's better late than never, I suppose, as long as you still make it to the shift at the end of the day, it's good enough. But my God, did we clock in a wee bit later than we would have liked. Ball's played out to the right hand side. Got into the space that we're looking for. That might be a shot for range. Have a crack, you might as well. Goes for a cross instead, and it wasn't that bad, but Kyogo doesn't necessarily try and jump for it. Oh, anybody with a brain cell knew that Aberdeen would fall off by the time New Year. I even said that at the start of December. I'm like, by the time this month ends, Rangers will be in second and about 4 points clear. So you could just see it coming. You take it easy, kid. You enjoy yourself, fella. I'll go to you. We got about 10-15 seconds, and then whatever the referee says on top of that. Definitely a much better second half overall, I would say 100%. Oh, hold on. Kyogo! Oh, I tried an overhead kick. I respect it. I mean, he honestly shouldn't have done that, I'll be honest, but fair enough. That was respectable. That'll probably be the last major chance of the game. As soon as they clear that, there we go. And they've just blown the whistle before we even hanged out the goal kick. Fantastic. That, we'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. I mean, this isn't going to be a very particularly loud yas, I'll be honest. But it is going to be a yas. You know, I think that's, at the very least, that's deserved. Just going to pull all the necessary details that I need up. There we go, fantastic. I'm about to yell very loudly, so here is your word to the warning. Please turn your volume down if you don't want to have a form of tinnitus. There we go. Right, gentlemen, for the victory and for the win. Yes! We take it. It was a much better second half, 100%. And as Robert's just put there, 3 points. That was the main thing for me, and absolutely 100% exactly how I feel about it as well. Wasn't the best performance, but somehow we won 4-0, which is always nice, always a plus, and it's always a bonus. But goddamn, that was stressful. The first like 40 minutes for sure anyway weren't particularly fun to watch, but nonetheless we won, and that's good enough. I mean, let's have a little look at the league standings, shall we? Might give you a wee bit of joy. I mean, it has updated it, but apparently it hasn't on this like thing. But we're now 12 points clear again with that game in hand. So Rangers, when they play later on, if they don't get a positive result against St Mirren, then they will stay that far behind. If they lose, then that's funny as fuck, I guess, but not really expecting it. Dundee are 2-1 up in their game right now, apparently, against St Johnstone, so that's fun. And we play them next. We're up against the bottom of the league next, which is always fun. I'm pretty sure we're up against St Johnstone anyway, because, I mean, me and my friend were literally talking about it before we kicked off, aye. So that's like the next one to kind of keep a tab on. Aye, it was not the greatest first half at all, was it, James? But we take it, man. We absolutely take it. Get up, your kettle well. Your kettle well done now, you prick. There you go, man. Fair enough. That's fair. I can't really even argue with that. Saddest thing I've ever saw was Celtic versus Porto. It looked like a stroke. Never even made it to kick off. Oh, God. Fair enough, man. I don't know. My guessing is that maybe something happened in the crowd, but because again I've like everything that runs through here and it's all muted, I couldn't tell you honestly what was given and what was, or why it was stopped. First, I was just very happy with the fact that we managed to get the job done. 47 points with 17 games, it's about as good as you can ask. We still haven't lost in the league yet, so pretty much after the halfway point game, which will be the next match, then we just have to see how we go from there, you know what I mean? We get the 3 points against Johnston and we kick on for there. Do what's necessary, and then obviously the game after that's a big bastard match when it comes to context for the season, because like we said, it's a good old fashioned bash at Ibrox, and that game will carry a lot of weight for multitudes of reasons. I mean, especially if Rangers manage to get the result, because I believe they are. I mean, they play about 45 minutes after this, so we'll be live for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap it up. But the main result is what we needed, and we got it, 4-0. More than chuffed with that one. Pretty happy, pretty fucking dandy. No complaints whatsoever. I think over the course of the match it could have been way worse anyway, so I'm pretty chuffed with that. And I don't really need to stay live for too much longer after the one, because I mean this is a Boxing Day match anyway, so it's not as if we're going to have a ton of people in here, but the people that have joined us, thank you very much for doing so. We do appreciate that. I think man of the match, it's a toss up, because I mean there was a lot more towards that second half. Like if you were to say the first 45, I'd say Taylor 100%. I'd say it's still Taylor for me to get man of the match, but I think overall it was a pretty decent performance. I think I'd give it to Taylor, but you can make the case honestly for anyone. Maybe Rio for that goal. That's more than fine, Jane. You enjoy yourself. Hope you have a class, grand lass. You enjoy yourself. Likewise with you, Scott. You enjoy yourself as well, mate. Well done for sticking out that long. At least you can get to go to sleep on the safety and knowledge that we have indeed not managed to fuck it twice in a row. Fantastic. Draw for the Saints at home. I would take it, honestly. Scales is your man of the match. I don't disagree with it. If he got that goal, I'd probably make that. I'd say that would be a strong case, actually. In fact, I scored the winner for Watford against Portsmouth. Good for him. Channeling his inner Celtic ability. Good to see that. Good to see that. Right, I'm going to pull up the outro music and we'll get ready to bail out. Don't want to stay long for too much. I mean, I'm still tight. I mean, I got in very late last night anyway, so I still got a ton of shit to do, and then I had to wake up this morning and make all the thumbnails and stuff, and I think this is the first time I can chill for a little bit. There we go. Right, there's that one done. Right. Time to do a little outro. Time to do all the necessary things. Let's go. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for taking the time to do so. Like I said, we're live again. I'll quickly, run that down for you now if you want to join us. If I am live, that will be live about 15 minutes before. However, if not, I will post on the community part of the Discord, which is down in the description, or just on the community page of this channel to let you know whether I'm going to be at the game or not. And if I am, then fantastic, right? Like, obviously you won't see me, but if not, then I'll be live here 100%. Like, I'll make the thumbnail in for it just in case, but I need to be 100% sure of all the kind of probabilities. Hey, Time Flash, nice to see you, man. You picked a good time to come in. It's literally just about to wrap up. Be home in 30 minutes, that's smelling fell, man. I'm going to go get myself some scran and stuff. Oh, but yeah, next time we're live is up against the Johnsons. That'll be an interesting one. Hopefully, we managed to get a decent result in that game too. A lot of people left their way. Yeah, it wouldn't really surprise me on a Boxing Day match, to be honest. I'll be real, but nonetheless. So, we know the drill. Time to end this. Time to call this a day. We know how this goes. So thank you for coming along. Thank you for doing all these things. If you've been watching this from the entire thing, thank you for doing so. If you're just kind of curious and checking out the VOD, thank you for that as well. This one won't perform particularly well in comparison to the others, but I don't necessarily mind it too much. Thank you very much for joining us, Robert. You take it easy, man. We'll see you mostly in the Discord. I might join in to might have a community call thing once I eat and get some food in my system and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good to see some of the squad rotation. 100%. We'll talk about all of this in the Discord in a little bit, but for now I'm going to get myself some scran and try and enjoy myself. But if I don't see you for St Johnston, have a fantastic new year. If not, I'll try and have like a little surprise stream. Rest in peace, Astro. That's unlucky, man. Nonetheless. Right, I'm actually going to need to bail out now and do what's necessary, all that good jazz. So, hope you enjoy yourselves. Have a good one. I'm going to get myself some sandwiches and actually put some fucking food in my system. Yes. You enjoy. Catch you after. Celtic are still the best goddamn team in the world. Woo! See you next time.